What's yet the Torchlight Jumedi Ewo Nits 100.9. Yet the Torchlight Jumedi Ewo Nits 100.9. What's 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 yet the Torchlight Jumedi Ewo Nits 100.9.
A 24-hour economy, just for the ordinary Ghanaian to understand.
A 24-hour economy is an economy where the rare sectors of the economy doesn't sleep. The rare sectors of the economy doesn't sleep. For example, we have a mining sector, don't we? We want to see where the mining sector does not sleep, as against a situation where the mining sector, for example, does 12 hours and go to bed. The benefits of light electricity, they should be able to work 24 hours. And many other sectors. Have the hydrocarbon sector. You have the entire agriculture value chain. It's not just going to farm, but after farm, the produce must go to a warehouse. And you have to, obviously, process it into agribusiness. And so we don't want the value chain to go to sleep. We believe that if implemented properly, we'll be able to increase the workforce. And we've said one job, just like we have now, can end up employing 3. So 24-hour economy is a structure where we'll end up implementing a 3-shift for the economy and going forward. Bring out productivity.
Honorable nominee, are you suggesting, therefore, that the structure of our economy as it stands now has no such input as 24-hour economy already subsisting?
Chairman, I think if you talk about the rare sector, no. You see, the rare sector, they are the core sectors of the economy that drives inclusive growth, proper growth, and create jobs. You have health, where hospitals operate 24 hours. You have the police, some police stations, work 24 hours and all, some restaurants and all. But that's not what we are talking about. We are talking of the real sector, where jobs are created. For example, we have TORCHLIGH.
What's yet the TORCHLIGht Jumedie Ewo NITS 100.9.
Mines, where you used to work, the Awaso area. Going all the way to Yini. With a proper railway line, you can get the Yini mines to produce bauxite within the same 24 hours as what has been produced. You can haul it to TORCHLIGH port and ship them or process it. The whole process is what we are talking about, 24-hour economy. So it's the rare sector that we are talking about. Investment in the rare sector, deliberate government policy targeting the rare sector, where you can use the 24-hour economic policy to drive growth. That's what we are talking about, not choppers.
What's yet the TORCHLIGht Jumedie Ewo NITS 100.9.
So are you therefore saying that you've done some costing, and having done some costing, you have an approach in terms of this model? Because from your answer, you are suggesting that you are going to target certain sectors. And if you are targeting these sectors and you really want to fuel economic growth, it means that you need to inject some funding. So let us know what funding arrangement you have in place to back this policy.
Mr. Chairman, I don't want to jump the gun. I said earlier that the Office of the Special Advisor to the President, responsible for 24-hour economy, is doing some work. I know they're almost done, and because the work started 2 years ago when we also were in opposition. Today he's in office. He will need to tweak it. Obviously, what will be presented to Parliament will come from either the Ministry of Finance together with the Ministry of Trade. So let's wait for that. The President has appointed someone responsible for 24-hour economy. Let's wait for the person to provide us a proper blueprint, then we'll talk about it.
What's yet the TORCHLIGht Jumedie Ewo NITS 100.9.
Mr. Chairman, to answer this, on the 8th of January, this is official record, and I would respectfully make a copy available to the committee. And so the HFO issue you're talking of, on the 8th of January, SunPower, light crude oil, 260,000, enough to cater for 23 days. Sinon Asogli, VFO, which is distillate fuel oil, 0. KTPP, distillate fuel oil, enough to cater for 1.5 days. Now the HFO. On the 8th of January, AXA, 440 meter cube, enough to cover for only 6 hours. So officially, I wasn't aware that some so-called 40,000 has been deposited. But let me be quick to say that the next day, I got to know
Inspector,
that.
I don't want to take back. Please, can you avoid the use of the word so-called? I mean, just not to
I'm sorry.
cause controversy.
I'm sorry. Thank you for the guidance.
You know, you've done well so far.
Thank you. Thank you. So on the 9th of January, I got information that some people were discharging some heavy fuel oil into the tanks at AXA. And already the Chief of Staff had tasked me to lead a technical team to avoid this looming challenge in respect of these shortages of fuel. And like I told you, on the 8th of January, we had only 6 hours. In fact, they said that taking even the minimum requirement, it could last for only 5 hours. When I heard of it, I inquired. And then the AXA MD told me that some people had come to deliver HFO. I asked him on whose authority. Leader, with the greatest of respect, I do not want to mention people's name here, and you know why. I made it clear to them that those people were no longer in office, and they had no mandate on the 9th of January to issue orders to him to receive those fuels. I called ECG, ECG was not aware. I called VRA, they were not aware. I called the ministry, Solomon is here, they are not aware. I called GMPC, they are not aware. So I advised the Chief Director to ask for a cessation of the delivery, and we report to Chief of Staff. It's a matter of further investigation. On an assumption of office, with your kind leave, we shall investigate that matter. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So they delivered it or they couldn't deliver at all? Are we in receipt of that at the time you became aware?
As far as I'm concerned, officially, government is not in receipt of any such. They were in the process of delivery, but without any authorization to deliver, we thought that they should hold on and let's do what is right and proper. Thank you.
So the 5 hours that you put out, as compared to the 23 days that you initially...
Okay. Leader, take the floor, take the floor.
So the 5 days that was originally out, you know, when the inauguration took place at the Independence Square, the media reported that you had alleged or you had said that we had only some 5 days of fuel. 5 hours, yes, 5 hours. Considering the fact that in your answer to me, you had indicated that SemPower had fuel that could last us for 23 days. Would you want to reconcile the 5 hours and the 23 days, or would you want to shed some more light on it for clarity's sake?
Honorable nominee.
There's nothing to reconcile. I was specific. I said we have 5 hours of HFO, and it's true. We had 5 hours of HFO. I said we had 0 hours of DFO for Sedona Sogli, and it's true. I gave a breakdown, but I don't develop the headlines. I don't write the stories. The recording is there, and the truth is that we have 5 hours of HFO. And if there's any problem with gas supplies, we are going to lose as much as 370 megawatts in 5 hours' time. Which will lead to load shedding. So as far as I'm concerned, that is a fact. Thank you.
Okunkunim kofe jinane so akwara padi kokwe hu ededa mana echire no ne adehyiamra kroma dansidi fo mehwe kasemu chira awawade esumu apai mo hire nyakwa pie awonwasem nie we de ebinsi pen Neat FM yamamwa kwaba.
Demonstrating that I'm sitting here with my colleague, Honorable Jinapo, who is our lead person on energy. You and I know that he kept warning that what we are doing is piling up a lot of challenges there. So maybe when you finish talking to me, you can talk to him. I believe the challenges of our country are not hidden to anybody. The economy is in a very bad shape. We have energy problem, which we are just managing. Unemployment, our infrastructure is very dilapidated. But what we promise is to do whatever we can whatever is possible to make sure that we address the needs of the people, especially to create jobs and to create hope for young people. That is what he's promised. So as the days come, he will outline the major anchor policies to back those things that he's so passionately talking about. Yes.
And John Jinapo, recently you have been quoted in the media saying that the energy sector is going to be the biggest challenge for John Dramani Mahama. John Mahama himself has spoken and talked about $3.5 billion in debt. That is an uphill task. Some would say that perhaps the country is going to go into doom so right upon the entry of John Dramani Mahama. What are the assurances that you are going to deal with the energy sector situation?
Well, then I have bad news for you. Just today, the confirmation we are getting is that we have only 5 hours of fuel stock. If you look at heavy fuel oil and distillate fuel, we don't have up to 2 days. And so in 2 days' time, we are likely to run out of fuel. This administration has not ordered any fuel as we speak. And it takes on average 4 weeks for the fuel to arrive and 4 weeks for the fuel to be treated. And so we are in a very serious situation. At the transition, we brought this up. The outgoing administration assured us that they had procured some parcels of fuel. Today, right after President Mahama assumed office, and I served on the transition, my checks indicate that we do not have fuel that can cater for even 2 days. So clearly we have a major problem. And this is an incoming administration. Even if you order the fuel, like I'm telling you, it will take about 8 weeks. So we are in for real trouble.
Adeshiambra, Kroma dan Sidi for Meshe, Kasemu Chirawa Wadie, a sumo pie more shrine, a quempie, our wasem near, where dear BC pay.
Jamagana phone nyina kwamba na nwumre ya de bajumedi a yefre the Torchlight where the first edition yes sha fe say we ni de di kan a ye the Torchlight jumedi ye de bro e we need 100.9 ye ba ni say ana when to ase Torchlight e ya manyosem jumedi a ye de tenetene won ye ho ya manyosem a ye no ene emu nsem no ma ekoso amanyofuoi Womo kan sama yede ani di akire a yehwe womo ene eye wonso a wo ye omamu ne his excellency John Dramani Mahama ye kasa no okan say ye ka Ghana na eye wo me ene ono ye ne efo mo Ghana no yen ene efo mo Ghana no nti so man de be ye na sa wo tinam na ye wadwen so be de oman no eye oman panyin bi na ye de oman na hye ne so no na eso ye ne yi a now also one for contribution ma so be because my first edition Yamagana phone nyina kwaba say ye the Torchlight ye the bro enne e wodi 100.9 and analysis many my beja for no ebeye so far and then exactly 1 week ye the His Excellency John Dramani Mahama also afunamu so aye se Ghana man panyin oba ye sadia enrome komene ukasei one nominate 10 regional ministers ansana no na wadi kan nominated 3 ministers ye energy attorney general minister for justice and ye finance nominate to oma koyo mo vet na wie omo twen say parliament ebe twe na womo approve womo and now wasandi atudwa defense and the keka woni nyina no eyade obehwe na we nominate such ministerial appointments no na eno so omako vet and just said the human now boy no within 14 days said o kan say the nisi ade so a obehwe na wa yi na so afo nyina tentem na just say wetumi arane no wetumi arane ne sa pepepe na operation recover all loot oral for Jumedio honorable could to a black one nominee Miami Papa former auditor general and my lawyer and then escape me. Enti Wosha oral team no any Jumedia womo adia. So far impact no yes yenana TSA woman to an among woman call aban eja padium ahodo. Womo say normal woma recover na enya asem ketwa normal woma kohunu reveal to them no udum say eyensem bebre eti na so far bisa say oral no so no how effective go so omo ge omodwuma honorable Dominic ayi ni say yes oral na eboa na eche say etimi e dia da no ma bi adi e dia kire Ghana for even though womo no ni prosecutorial powers bia na emre bia mbeta wo machi but andamo aban ni tu na wabomode na ode ahyehye no amanti ye behwe so far said ya no amate na wo che an appointments president appointment o nominate yomo womo so omode atudwa one of the critical areas say energy owura John Jinapo watch candidate many about $3 billion reserves ayewo ene aban no so ani swade hunu said ya yenkugura dum so mo president nemo no so ahye yebo se enya ade adum so de yebeko nyekwakwa wura dum so mo enti ye nyina ye be analysis so far after 1 week ye the president Mahama esi ade so ene adamontu awoto no aye very impactful a true signals say ampa so kan so oba be mampanyin na we push your mind akon the lessons also wesua wo hwe kwan of us mpo appointments na wo hwe lessons no are reflect here woman as compared previously. They say yaka say ministers ministries no wa bomodin aka turn down to 23 eti and also you better say financial implications what the more my say so so be papa ben de betim dia brain because so you wenum nyina to cut down expenditures eti and also you better ehun sikasema e betim dia brain say on mine na enoma nan His Excellency John Dramani Mahama edisi na so ebra normal inaugural speech no ana inaugural address no sa normal na emu ba ko ne say obema the business community obeche say business community best strive after so be stabilize the economy constitutional reforms business community best strive na accountability and the fight against corruption say normal na we the sin no so anim ya just also obeche no ye ho adwuma no ye be call the business community ye ne a business mogul Professor Kofi Anoche oye estate developer both in Ghana and the US or sign farms such as all businesses are good be brave and this school near the nyina ne ye no eba be din komo fa so far one more the business community no said your woman so access ya ben within the first 1 week ye de president they see ade so it Professor Kofi Anoche Kwans estate and now Kwans group ono and now you can for penny or down no Rob Yamajo.
Yeah, and I mean,
now Pomo to say
Iradiato, Yahoyapa.
Ya didn't go pass na you mamuso cosine.
Yeguso, say, Ghana for after Abanamontino, Yasha, the new government in Sodeba. So far, dear, you said that Yenya shops be.
Okay. Na yembi say we will be a brano ye engage wo ye platforms akodo so aya aban sikasem economically wo kan ho sempa beka ya Ghana for beka ya menu di nkomo wa ha efa IMF ben ko IMF o mo ko IMF o menu bedi nkomo o me program so say ya na ekoba say eye ade chin ya yet aban no eko IMF so far we share said ya economy no muti any decisions via JDM it take a special audience in any so be stabilize the economy na yet be said the finance minister designate Dr. to force and so then some call dia tudwa so mbetwe say economy no money be hen no kra dia waka so be finance minister obe person be finance minister eno ama board ne ade agina be ko from no ne ade mo amowo mo ye business people amoboa na economy no timi egina nan so etemo say anamotu a washa ase saying na etie de mamo
yeah yo any amedax me chia mo tie for ina ma say amomo afresia pa happy new year
that's it
yeah you know so far the three major appointments that were here, is in line, it's in order. Because we share, although the appointments are important there, but there are three major areas in which because these are the energy and then financing and then what other thing was done? Energy
finance and Attorney General and Minister for Justice.
So these are the three pillars, three major pillars in every country, which is that is in every country which wants to develop. Three major areas near financing, financing because you need to stabilize the economy. As your friend is saying, energy because it is the backbone for industrialization, and then the Attorney General because we want to probably deepen your democratic dispensation. I commend him for that. At least these are very important. It is so far and so good. I don't think I have any big issue there to do with so far as his appointment is concerned. it shows that that's like an experienced leader. He's been around for a while. And yeah, sure the to me, and so far there, I don't want to. But if you want to ask me, say, what am I expecting from them? Probably I can talk about that. But
okay. Yeah,
so far
it is
as
said.
appointment is concerned, I think it's in order. The people they are more than to say, some person here, Ghanaians should not doubt their ability to deliver based on their experience and all other things.
All right. Mamenye wadwen chere efa taxes bi a ebrad ban wo mo opposition anomo bonto anomo kaso me yefro ni titru pa se e-levy tax se wo mo ebe yefri ho betting tax no me ade finance minister designate aka se wo mo ba wo mo and the first budget the parliament genitoma wo be yi sub taxes na free ho but other school of thoughts nipa bi so kire se IMF program na yekọ ene kra no na se no ma gbenum nyina ka hu bia etimi sustaining ye program no what do you share your thought on that our fast taxes no
yeah so me thought on that I think I'll go for the other school of thought now. They are saying that those taxes must be remained I didn't think that make us because kind of for your taxes to now, one will say, a krona a woman, people who pay taxes are very few. And you know the struggles you go to reinforce taxes. And OSHA a car, the previous government is Smegu. I rather advise this government to highlight those mishandlings now the previous government here, and to use that one as a means to hold on to those taxes. Because you need money to run the country. Now, what prayer another woman the friends they get to those taxes now? Why are you going back? If you go back, you need to have a replacement. And what is the probability say? Those replacements, will yield the same income or better than what you have in. Those are the challenges. And one more year, so far as the removal of those taxes, probably they can reduce it. For example, the e-levy, is too much. That is fair. But to take it away entirely, I don't think it's right. I think the finance minister also show here. Well, here a car, energy sector over 3 billion. Now when you are acquiring now the gene propose Canada be up to also over the year. So I don't buy that idea. Yeah, making sure if they want to be a little bit diplomatic, our advice is woman to sukakra. Na woman to Ghana for the look. And full way, you cannot be modify him. Na come with some we are unable to do those things. At least better so. That is fair. But how are you going to replace those streams of income never? How do you replace it? You may have to go and put it somewhere to make sure that you meet your threshold so far as your income is concerned. And my advice is woman those your friends the taxes and free oil. The yield living a money, the betting taxes and all betting and you can be also be adding ocean. However, if you want to go in now, you can stop it. These are avoidable taxes. And if a tax is avoidable, you may indulge in it or not. So why are you pushing yourself to take it off? If you want to avoid your friends saying betting tax, I don't go for betting. And I don't see why we have to be in a rush to remove it. You're a tax lawyer.
But
you don't necessarily have to go and remove it because one, you may have to find a replacement. I don't know, say your excess income over expenditure there, then you may remove it. But if you are not able to balance your budget, that's if you want to take off the little income that you are getting now, it calls for concern.
Na yeah can akwa say wo fase na ntikro taxes akwa political promise. Even Dr. Mahmoud Baumia cry kind so no so by ye levy no be ye free because no when he say e be adwuma ye levy ababe na ye wi and na JDM so kind say oba obe ye levy free on Ghana for to aba e de ma JDM ti say okoka say bia o nyim free kwa politically so would it be a rightful decision?
No, you see, from afar, your friend said there, maybe the picture may be different. You see, he never told us he was going to take us to Hippic. When he got in there, no one said, the one fire and call Hippic, or my own, so, well, if they feel, say, we have enough funds, and they can remove it as so be it. Say, yeah, there. That's the way to saying, we are taxpayer near cement, yes, I want to. But if you're looking at the interest of the nation, you have to know, sir, every nation is built on with taxes. Your friend is saying, Dr. Baumia, one kind of say, and there. Other on government with the taxes in the buy. It may be a political talk. So when you assess yourself now, feel that the country can do without it, why not? You can remove it. But tell you so now look. I don't know, but your friend says our debt restructuring it's only but for a moment. I believe 2026, 2027, you may have to go back to be paying your bills. And those are the times it will be biting you. For now, no, NPP, the actual administration is because of the debt restructuring. And for sure, you have some recess, another maybe a vacation, so far as paying of your interest and other things are concerned. When you escape to war, IMF is saving you and all of that. But let's look at it from a distance, where in next year or two, you start paying those suspended bills now. Are we able to sustain it? And these are questions the finance minister must answer before he decides to take it out or let it be. And yet the original about to also the original political platform. So you can always apologize. You apologize now. What is wrong with that? And to me, so if you were there, but if it is going to be in the interest of the nation, fine, they can. But looking at what we have to do to stabilize the country, I don't think, because at the end of the day, that taxes must be balanced by some other things, and probably your friends. My fear is that it might come back to the business community again, because you can only be taxed when you are working, and for those who are not working, they don't have any fear of tax because whenever a tax is removed, you as a businessman now, probably I'm going to bet to me so baby. I don't want to maintain there. Oh, Casa will be a Casa. So if you ask me, so yeah. So yes, you want to go to baby, they are fine. But I don't see it as a prudent decision if he wants to take it away. When you know that you still need money to run the economy. If they don't need money, they can take it away. Why not?
Nah.
Politically, they will have to explain to us why they will have to remove it and why they wouldn't have to remove it. They have the chance to do it now. So they can either choose to remove it or they can explain to us why they shouldn't remove it. And Ghanaians should be able to accept that. Yes, that's my position.
Okay. Enti now enoma nan a omampanyin di asi nani so no emu fa baako eye mo a mo abiebie nwuma ewo yeman yi mo. Endoma ben na mo expect ye dey free mo.
No, you see, in this modern world, even in those closed economies like the socialist countries, China, they are even empowering their business community. Because at the end of the day, it has been proven, say, government, be you a socialist or whatever, it becomes difficult creating jobs. And I say, your friend saying, offering employment. Productivity will always be compromised. That means, say, hey, the attention is on the private sector. The American name say they are your friend, quote unquote, oligarchs. One more modern shishibi. Smart leaders are one more system, they can scan through them. One create a business people who can talk to the international world, who can impact the international world, not locally. And, if you're able to create about 5-10 people in your entire, say, 8 years regime, it's a blessing, right? It's you hear them say, and yes, because you be no bit in a juma. Young crank could be a bit in a juma. That is one mistake politicians do. They think say, oh, Obi have it in your hand in the juma. Obi a woman $100 million. Money 3, 4, 5 days. Obekono said, oh, as sure. Not just an abrabo in the home pay. Obi so high, manage just 10,000 Ghana cedis. Namano, the same 3-4 years. Obekono multiplied it so much. If I should tell you how much I start my business with, you marvel. And if I tell you how much I work today, you marvel. And consciously, if this government wants to create your friend is saying the way consciously on selected on far and Crawford one more master start your businesses are they are picked up and I said they are picking up. We have some at every level piano you can push them. Look, Elon Musk and are beneficiaries of your friend is saying Barack Obama, your friend is saying,
Send stimulus packages now.
Very good. In your friend saying, in 2009.
Yeah.
Right? Most can start electrical cars and go hooting but you see the aggressiveness and the way of this man. You say, oh, come on. Your friend saying the automobile industry is being setting up funds to grant them a relief. They granted relief to your friends Ford they granted them. And out of that, we are getting the richest man in the world. And the taxes is paying to the American government. You yourself, you guys are better aware of than what I know. So creating the businessmen should be the priority of every 21st century leader. Otherwise, you're a failure. That is why the past government failed. They failed woefully. They failed woefully because the small ones that we have decided to kill all of them, give them bad name, and then appoint you for some say within now man stay with you man they did it. And see, we saw the results, and then they paid dearly. They paid dearly for that. And see, my advice to this government is so per se, aboard the business community a year. Every stage, we identify the people, the champions within that industry. On PKB, now on Buawomo. If you invest in those businesses now, you are investing in the country. Because at the end of the day, they are going to expand their businesses. They already have the experience. They have the know-how. It is try and error. No. What if you want to enjoy? So they can set up a criteria which qualifies you to take certain grants and then work with it. And nobody should say, or be a friend say, abino, or mine it's common everywhere. Because Nipano or be Juman for Nipano, so it's a good idea. The approach is what we are looking at. And we will always be here to advise if the need arises. It's a private sector, they can't do without it.
But yeah, can so no. Abai biano ever try say obe protect your public purse. For instance, what share ministries, JDM, what so 23. Yeah, can say or the first batch of 10 regional ministers aba. Yeah, sure anymore. 6 na canon so no eba beka ho. Na wosha say what na so for no so any asoya ya hodo based upon political promises one or the maye say obi protect your public purse. It was significant impact na.
Yes, why not? Look, in this modern era, no, the computer world, you don't need so many ministers to get work done, right? May past government not what he wanted to achieve by employing so many of them. You can consolidate some of the ministries and appoint them. So it's a step in the right direction. I commend him for that period. Yeah, so because consolidation in one head, because all of this comes with overhead. Obia cars and the special aid, this, that. You don't need all of this, right? Because one. Ejuma, I was a Nipa 20, computer age, it is different thing. One person can find a work of a Nipa 20, 30 now more than. So I don't see the need for them to. Friends, I appoint so many ministers, for what? Nothing. Yes, because
I not bet to me as save on my purse and I say be obi adwen well a mere rhetorics okay what so the and so between maybe an expenditures and be so baby and only me who say you save
look, the ministers don't do any serious work. It is the technocrats, those are the people who work. You see, so you sit down and plan with them. They have the experience. They know how. They have the know-how. Those plenty ministers now, I think it's not necessary. If they want to work hard, it's not going to affect productivity. Because one, you sit down, plan and take decisions with your team. With team, are the people, are the permanent people there. You are just a political head whom you are coming to work with those technocrats, Because at the end of the day, it is not the minister you are going to train. It is the people working within the ministries, They are the people you need to empower. So you are just a political head carrying the vision of the president or the leadership. I don't get it. Unless it's a person will be there, that makes the work difficult for you. You have special aides and other people who can help you without necessarily overhead on the government. Overhead on the government in terms of cars, overhead of the government in terms of salaries, overhead of the government in terms of traveling allowances, and all of that. So it's a step in the right direction. If they want to work, by the way, why are we not having 2, 3, 4, 5 governments? Every state in this country, every region in this country can equally have your friends, a head of state there. But we say one head of state, and only the Ghana, right? All when we not say at a point we can centralize the power. So when we have centralized the power and the person knows what he or she is doing now, it's all we go. So it's not supposed to affect any productivity or output. Unless say it's woefully incompetent. If the person is competent, if he gets smart leaders, oh come on, we should be fine.
Okay. What the you be dollar honsem de an na wanimu pa na your exchange rates. E dey na hwe nim say aban betimi aya found. Finance Minister Dr. Atuforsen. Omujini to me dey na hwe nim.
Exchange rate, the government should stabilize it. I don't expect the government to drop the rate so much so that your friend is saying maybe a 10 cities or something. The government should hold it instead of trying to please the people. Now, why am I saying so? You see, the issue of dollar is not an issue to Ghanaians alone. Ghana as a country share boundaries, borders with Togo. Togo ni Ghana for in Ilipabako. Yes, also share boundary with Ivory Coast. Oko Western region, a probako na a bako cross where I was in Ivory Coast. Be I mean, funny say, Abba Chrome, Achimota, Abba Achimota. Although Achimota, I don't see baby no symbol, high Ivory Coast. Achimota, I don't see baby no Ghana. So if you decide to reduce your currency, $1 for 4, obi to wa won yeduma and once makoto Ghana dollar na me be gina Ivory Coast be sure. So those are the challenges. If you want to bring your dollar so lower, you are going to have at the end of the day uncha dollar ni bi. You buy and I say you borrow or you sell your assets for those dollars. It work as over petition why whilst your sister countries and I say your neighboring countries are selling. I want to boy there. Me you man once I'm at media symbol to Midru Ghana, Midru Ivory Coast, Makoton for Makoton body, and you man. So with all of these factors, you realize that if you want to run a very prudent and profitable economy, you may have to balance these constraints. Balancing these constraints is important for your survival. You have to consider Senior Mouton or Ivory Coast, Burkina Faso, any Togo, any probably Nigeria, our biggest West African partner. If you decide to sell your dollar below certain level, Nigeria Nigeria Ghana 3, 4, 5 hours. Yes, all the car. So you see the challenges we have. To be on a safer side, yes, hold me see. I said it. Yen share them say. I can't upon a sign. Any them say Ghana for jadi for ya do when the better. Yen share them say. The beko ebi in the whole 4 years in na no say 4 years in na acquire by 10 or 15 or 20%. It's fair because of population increase and other things. Jameson, a dinner was to talk as I say, the first thing, sorry, the answer, no, the part of us, much. One of the reasons why I don't expect him to reduce the dollar drastically is the fact that Obu cotton in your money that. As a dollar is very expensive, not the cotton. Now, if you reduce the dollar, he will not reduce or so eventually, it will not make any impact. Because of autonomy board or $1 boarding. It immediately no in your home for so be a new man. I will say him say and ka wote wo dollar so a won beti ne de no so dwade de ne ntimi ntine de so because akoto ne mana be go nti na me hwe say aban no wo be ma dollar ne gina ho wo de wato wo de obia wa akoto wa de de dan he wo de gina ho be 6 months 1 year 2 years na se be to so kakra kra na ya to so that is the way they can balance so far as the economy, so far as the dollar rate is concerned.
Okay.
And I give a code, sorry, yes, dollar na could 18 or 20 cities. If 6 cities or some 5 cities. We don't want to see that.
Okay. Na
one could tell Muboko said yes, and one more home quantity. So na enkofa the omuntu mi ye na fi ma kokko bobisia ko dollar besia be bukrom ha na fi no na nsa na bodola na yenye bi ntobiem ye omo bebre go ho a omo ye nkakra be bia na ngina ho saa na yen set your mind sa ha na ye gina na yen timi ntomade na nya ho mfaso ye ndi dwa na nya ho mfaso. That's what I expect them to do.
Okay. Wo ba asase so yi na baby say Omanpenye directives. Lastly, we share say Odiamasa one more. A buying say one more to start transactions in one put to hold. A beja padia operation recover all loot. Oral. Bebajo, when is about effective ana?
Oh, to some extent, it depends on the approach they go how they go about it. So we need an ad hoc committee in the sense that we know government through his powers, that's my friend Matthew committee where Munsha I think it's for a moment. It's a temporary means. Because during transition periods, a lot of things happen. I don't see anything wrong with that. Say, okay, yeah, to Obama, my number be dear. Said the SAR, Sana Magino, a year, Sana Magino, my friend. We sure we need the whole city, we need the whole say, more monetary way. I think there's nothing wrong with that. So we are friends saying, so when you're Bonibia, who police me, and once I was saluting now COVID. Now, I feel say, issue there, who police also don't carry that. Yes, I bet you, or children so be local. And or say all loot. One can say there will be. Obedient and one day, men Papa and Papa's waji. The term, the golden term here is loot. Here, idea wafa kwa bonus wa every another wafa. Eti almost say no the omojia. Ebi wo ho afakwato holding. Ya me hwe ni say enkrofo no omemo ho time frame bi na wo wanka say free mu pemu di aba. Woman Famba and the Embrano Betmia, or son of Shembran, or one appointed attorney general. He finds every means to recover those items. And I don't see it as a witch hunting. I don't see it as way. That the word here is loot. And yet you'll be at all. And yet the operation recover all bought. And I say all something. But or see loot the way we are not from February. I don't see anything wrong with that. There is no witch hunting to that. Who we are, man now, where we are, February, simple, simple matter.
Okay. Yanda say a business mogul, chief executive officer at the Marquans Group. And then you may yada say and also views are more de ababe bois. My private sector and the one I'm mobile. Yes, na kwa kwe biyo. Yo, that's ya Michelle Mafichapa. Jenny aya Professor Kofi Anoche, and you know the common or ye businessman, real estate developer, and you US. Just say the business is easy. Only anything common. Tom, former communication director, aya Ablikumanot, na or you're a member of the NDC, one more communication team. Thomas Ni I
said the wabo me the
Don't say
Mark Jerry. I mean I'm my afi enko embetu ye ajero top yi de mi fo pa ye nuanu ma mo hwe o Facebook mo hwe Majeri top no
me fashion designer e friend no Dr. Fashion
and oyade
no na dey
kama Majeri
yes ya che bibia bako
ya unyan
oh yes
untumi ntwini
Debbie now they
me stop on e be kun sesi a
e be say ma kwatune
e be kun sesi anso me onua Majeri
yes
why you miama
yama mo congratulations so me no share ye
Ghana for nyina congratulations Ghana for nyina say eja ye da Ghana for ase say apini how katahihye ene proya abanda da no edi Ghana for nyina efemu a businesses egu here and there ahomaso uko kanse omanu mu ayedin a na yiya ye twa da pa here and there Majeri ye danyame ase say bibia nyame dia bedru ni Ebenezer won say de bia na meka chew say e o Messiah bia Ghana onyankopan kasa ajina magana say obeyiyen efri how no a yakofa to ye ho so no obeyiyen efri sa how no mo na sa Messiah na anyame edi na magana for no na ye His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na 14th anamboa anti barely 1 week ye di sword no ema His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na osha His Excellency John Dramani Mahama penny president even on his swearing day the speech no enye doctored enye ye friend say plagiarize the speech no eyo no ankasa na dwem ene na akuma mu de owoma Ghana for ene speech first thing second nia oka ye nyina during campaign promise no you can say after election then no campaign anameboa anti politicians no say or pledge ana obe promise ana obe shebo bi say I will not run family and friends government after swearing in no ana on the day of swearing in no na promise no ayeden asesa it will be in the history book of Ghana. Say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, even on inauguration day, was emphasizing on the promises social contracts Ghana for a share so a two abide there at the man. One of them, I say, or no oba running the lean government. Say oba government na previous administration. Ombeka che say omu pentem na omu kofa over 100 ministers 120 say 100 ministers obia V8 obia residential your friend say allowance obia ewo personal aid obia allowances here and there. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama share Ghana for boss oba running lean government ampara ministries ewo ho no wa decrease no from 30 to 23 anambwa just say why 7 ministries every ho why 7 ministries every ho. Secondly oka say ade baako a esanso edane na akoma so say Majeri ebeya ya say ubeko school bi abanda da no edi omo ase man kwala ase omundi over 22,000 bags of expired rice ubeko krobi so no na community healthcare center I mean hospital po community healthcare center enye den eni ho ubeko krobi so no na kwan bad me nka kropo me constituency Ablekumanov Erabna Albin Ebeji Ablekumanov for every a year penny any how ye they are 2 years old for over 28 years. There is no road. Your friend is saying infrastructure papa bia ewo ho apart from the ones NDC ebeye wa block man off. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say all leakages ewo ho ye sika sem yensa enka no obe block all those leakages. Na ye the sika no ya channel sika no into your friend is a good and community project. And nothing or two didn't say operation recover or loot. And to say wakoji aban contract be a unye na wa jisika no asha okotoku mu a and a loot we are coming for you prepare. Say ye aban the sika bia mawa a ensem fata say ye the sika no ebe mawa and ye prepare a loot will come for our money as Ghanaians. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Thirdly, SAS Ghana for Bobby say. And yes, sir. Ye nyina ya jiatum say, bebia yasi edruno. Ye call the technological world. Anamebwa. And to say ye call technological world. I say ye nye bibia. Ye nyina ye ni ebe so ho. Because Majari, menuko filling station see a goal any of the filling station. Na ye nyina ye tofu 100 Ghana cedis. Na uwo 100 Ghana cedis. Awa okotokuom. Na me make it 100 Ghana cedis. Awa mi phone so a. Onim say me matumi atua full charge no 100 Ghana cedis na mako. But one share year, ubetua more than that. Anamebwa because of taxation yedi atu ye electronic transaction so.
That's correct.
And His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say onu die oba electronic levy yedi atu ye transaction so no obede obeye free. Na say ya finance minister nominated ye papa atu forcing call vetting ye bisa no wase osanso ekasi so say ono so as a finance minister no obehwe no ayeden we ye free. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama esanso ekan say ye nuanom mbema ene mba mbebunu especially one ejuma enyo nti say ejuma enni ho a betting kakra omoye no na ya sanso ayeden eti sika efri so se bet no okotwa na wendia obia anye de emfiri no ba so di 1000 Ghana pe na nado danko akufa do beka kire ni se onye de onfa 100 Ghana cedis emra. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say oba obeyi efiri. Honorable atu forcing call vetting yes aso bisa no ono so eka se so say oba obeyi efiri. Majari onim say 1 week of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ehun won fa so ema Ghana ni bia SN 8 years of Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo.
Jese sana amzo mu nyina mo kan.
Debi anye se sana ye nyina ye kan. Sana ewom. Say 1 week of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama any Professor Jenana Opoku Agyeman ehun awo mfaso ema Ghana ni na okota bet Ghana ni na electronic levy kunu oya momo transaction Ghana ni na emission tax kunu Ghana ni na onya employment Ghana ni na amanfo aluti Ghana ejapade no under the previous regime no. The 1 week administration of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ehun ewon faso esen 8 years of Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo. Majari na me tell the enti one that is now we year free on ehun won faso ema Ghana ni with the 1 week of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama saying the 8 years administration of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Look, your friend be responsible leadership. Say, nipa na odi wenim no, or you're responsible. If things goes wrong, Obeka. If things goes right, Obeka. The first 4 years, maybe I say 2017 to 2020. Bibia Obeka bibia anko ye ewo Ghana nyina no. Yebeka Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo beka say NDC aban. Ena NDC aban na eyeye. Ena NDC aban na eyeye. Ye wo mu na COVID so beji blame no. Bibia Obeka bia ena COVID. Bibia Obeka bia ena COVID. Di Obeka bia COVID. Ye wo mu na Ukraine, Russia ebaye. Di Obeka bia si o Russia Ukraine war ni dey 2 bomb no ebeda La Paz. Enunti economy no aiden asay. Na Russia Ukraine dey war no 2 bomb no ebeda kwashima. Enunti na omai economy no asay. But who study Bibia within the first 48 hours of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ni regime. Yabaye no ebe mi se what fuel a yaja ewa ye machines mu a ebe ma ye energy ebe ma ye electricity. Se sa fuel no san the rest na ka ebe gum no it will only last us about 5 hours. 5 hours so.
No, that's an net here.
Na nye sa na net here. Enu nye sa na net. Oh, sa nye sa na net here. My Jerry.
Sir John Jinapo Chiremo I said that was the briefing, but they are saying I know say some fuel has been discharged.
No. My Jerry.
What's my bonnet now?
My Jerry.
Yes.
Me say outside power. Enu be take here about 23 days. Same power be take here. Same power be take here about 23 days. Even as ugly put the area there woman no say no. After 5 hours. What man say? And you can nyina bomu kura na 23 days 5 hours. O man pay Kufuor eja leadership nama o man pay dada waka baby Professor Mills. Na fu e wo ho de awa machines ni mu nyina esan ni awo ha say ye reserve no for 3 months. Professor Mills eba na we dey me fan say first batch of Professor Mills no na enusu 3 months. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ebe free so no aja ama Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Na dia wa machines ni mu nyina san dia reserve 6 months. 6 months. Enti say aja ma wa na ufri abemwa. The leadership of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, including Napo, Nyomujayeno, 5 hours. Look, it took a responsible leader like His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Osima blame you obia. Ye di jawa na ye di aide, ye di ashiao. Enti ye blame you obia. Or setting up committee. Say ye making sure say ya nyafuo. With from any country bia benya as emergency Ghana for ensign and kodum so His Excellency John Dramani Mahama fixe ye no. Enti His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say me catch up bia say ana say nyina etia na me can say the leadership of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama near 7 days and only 1 week after swearing in. It is more responsible, reflective of a pure leadership, a good leadership than the 8 years of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. We were 8 years of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. What did we see? Bloating ministers. Ministries here and there. Creation of unnecessary ministries here and there. Leadership. Na and 60. Okay, so no say na and 60. It was above 60.
Yeah.
Until responsible leadership. Emma who say yes, we can do with 60. What man say? The first 1 week of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was certain committee say asase na ya turn it say a brony nkatie a ebusuafo omi to me talk cantonment asase 10,000 Ghana cedis. Nyina yen hwehwem. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Sena na America say the 1 week 7 days of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ni leadership ehun won faso esen na Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo 8 years ne say look just 2020 elections ye losing nipa lives 8 lives Techiman South nkwan 3 Ablekuma Central I think 1 Banda Nipa
Banda 1
and also 1 you see Nipa Kra Esreno Ama ebusuafo besi ene they cannot forget the death of their relatives. Look, it has never happened in the history of Ghana. Say the military, the police personnel, the security personnel who are supposed to protect properties and lives per their functions with the Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as the what? Chairman of the then police council. They say I see any force view. Police council. Say yebeku citizens. There has been no investigations to make sure that those security men involved in that acts wrong. They are dealt with. In 2024 elections, Nipa 6 nkwa almost say they lost their lives. Majari. Na ya ka say oh ebia His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo obey bibia fa ho be see ende. It took His Excellency John Dramani Mahama within 7 days. Me na Bibeka say if more let's divide. Say 7 days ipona Ghana for who improvement say then in 4 years in so 7 days imponi na in 4 years in so
but when 2024 elections casualties not directly linked to the elections
na election related election related
because Northern Region baby yabo bi tue
Ntokwano wo dada.
Menka say e ho dada but no yes it send the people and there say so that's you sure craba kokra na but as to say bia kwaye directly link okay wutu senya east there no
ama ba kokra
wutu senya east no two or two ho no and yenim say one say election related say it mo hu di pa krokoto say two
so you see
well but some of them question no election related. But in any case, any people who are saying that we have to
yes,
you can go ahead.
Na yen hwem say nipa na etuo no aka no is it by his fault and is it by the fault of the security personnel on duty? Now security personnel on duty no are so omuye real security men in uniform ana say eja ye ne momo dada so kai double I also central I also west wogo so kai obi oton phone na ye fa security uniform e share no later akofa to ebo citizens. So we know the caliber of people under His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Majeri, ebe mi say o share ministerial appointment ni nyina. They are more than qualified. The first three especially. Okay. They are more than qualified. O share Atuforsin, Finance Minister. Now, Deputy Finance Minister under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the first administration. And see, under Atuforsin more time, and I have inflation 15%. Under Atuforsin more time, and I have friend is saying unemployment 7.4%. Under Atuforsin more time. And I have massive infrastructural development. And see why be paying. Now, we share how longer ni vetting no took. I think from 9:30 something to 2:40 something.
Over 4 hours.
Over 4 hours. Now, every question he was able to answer them. Na minority no ka say we dey ebe drille no na nyama waka no ebe hwe say obetumi answer who questions ana, but he was able to answer everything, all the questions. Coming to energy, John Jinapo o share Honorable John Jinapo onusu na oye deputy minister attain power under the first administration of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. So it was under Honorable John Jinapo administration. And Dumso, you to me a survey. It was under Honorable Jinapo's administration. And energy sector. Yamboka to say a kaya who ye energy sector no. And say he can also perform and do best. Who share the energy sector? Honorable Jinapo Mayeti say a car a wohono is about $3 billion. Now $3 billion no I've been making sure say you'll be able to fix and solve the solution. Osha ECG meter problems. Now say I did for biaba. Meaning say mo no ya best sana. Under the S1 and now the Dankwa Akufo-Addo's administration. Look, every week bia ube ono na amount for air fupu ade am be 600 meters. Ube wana omu fupu ade am be 600 meters. And that within the 8 years of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, say 600 meter 3 times. And to be say, what is the problem? Honorable Jinapo a pledge say you come and fix that problem. Look, okay, katashe ni prohibia eko so ewo ECG. Na kaya to ECG ama PDS. Yes, contract. From condition precedence to condition subsequent. Honorable Jinapo Ashebo say, made deep investigations and then they will see the way forward. Now say IPPs eba out say Yediomoka. So okay. Same power Yediomoka. Amandi Yediomoka, Asogli Yediomoka, Aksa Yediomoka. Enti omuni na Majeri menu kase Yediomuni na aka. Enti ejuma na nado eka na nado ene abra na nado Dankwa Akufo-Addo Ani Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia abɔ Ghana for agya ama Ghana for no. Enya abrokitua. But Sena His Excellency John Dramani Mahama
energy cardiac is cyclical. Aben energy cavrio.
So okay Esla. So okay Esla.
Yeah.
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama eja sika etum over $200 million. Ene edi akosi awowa ama ekakra science so aba. What I say? So His Excellency John Dramani Mahama in the previous administration eja economic buffers ebetumi abua Ghana. So okay stabilization levy. Stabilization fund. So okay COVID buy no amukwa yi $200 million every month. These are economic buffers His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ejama Ghana for. But oja for mu buy no omwambe says sikane nyina ma they can't even account for one Ghana cedis in the energy sector. The energy sector has collapsed. But His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say, di jawa na ye di ashriao. So I know there is not going to blame anybody. He was voted by Ghanaians with a wide margin. Gabno, sena Bawumia ekan. Gabno, mama Gabno enye wide. And His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Gabno wide 1.7 million. And Bawumia your friend will say 38 trophy. We carry the trophy of 38%. Look, Ushe Dr. Ayinia now saying Afro barometer. Edibai say your judiciary system, no, the trust people have in our judiciary system has declined because people believe in the previous administration under the Attorney General Godfrey Dame say or the amount 4 cases etu chacha or the board Dame. So Dr. Ini has come to rescue the tattered judicial friend is saying face assay under the previous administration. And His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the 3 nominees no dear, they are excellent. They are coming to assist the president and then make sure say whatever the president has promised the good people of Ghana, no, they will be able to fix it. Magari, Michiasono, Usha education. In the previous administration, what is no be kind education was him. GES. Ya command kwala 22,000 bags of expired rice. What is a GES be kan was him? Chas. And now Chas anya anua omoka our education system who asemi. In the previous administration, what is no be kind your friend say your education system who asem. Because who your headmaster na okan either say eba pamu na eba ma transfer. Okay, stama in Kwalano omoko say Independence Square. Secondary school posting. So okay. Bisa Napo Beka say it was instigated by the opposition party then for them to go to Independence Square and collapse. So okay. The same Napo say in most of our secondary schools no toilet facilities so they use plastic bags. Okay, say Napo Beka say it is even better for them to get plastic bags. But Obianya, because His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has come to break the chain of culture of silence. Ukasape ebe transfer. Yawa man we mu nkwala no yet me catch am say mo ba mo fa mo milk mbra emfa benum oat mo ba mo fa mo sugar mbra emfa benum koko ama nkwala no to me di aduane with that fish na headmasters ayedin na matrons ni patrons ayedin
we as well no my idea
na wan na ekasaye na what is say Charles eka bibi
Charles of Franka bia wada
oh me say eka fat share me Majari fat share me that's the truth that is the truth.
Charles cried to make us say a reopening crime must be postponed.
When
what's when
time Akufo-Addo wa bemu maybe so time Akufo-Addo wa bemu ana and nothing na make tell say it is today after 2024 elections His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ebaye and a culture of silence yet to me breaking because His Excellency John Dramani Mahama as Bobby say ono oba making sure say obia be making an input to develop and improve upon the collapse free SHS Nana do Danko Akufo-Addo first of all then oba making sure say aduane aji no oba decentralizing no obia en ba Accra bio secondly then oba making sure say double track get more infrastructure for the students. And the culture of silence under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is broken. And now Obia Chenadwen left, right, center. Utikem Obia Chenadwen left, right, center. That clearly shows say we are developing this country with everybody on board under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Majari, me say ministerial appointment.
Yeah, 10 regional ministers. 10 regional. Now make it for Sir William Sangwa and John Sober joining here from the camp of the MPP. Join Sir William Sangwa. 10 regional ministers.
10 regional ministers. And say me can one say because there is no official communication regarding that.
Oh, official communication.
Oh, yeah, sure.
That's a great time crowd there. Official communication number.
Because me official communication be I say sana ebetie. Nti ye ye train say official communication ebeba abontin. But you see, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Eshebo say within 120 days no oba appointing the ministers na first 3 aba plus 10 way 13 anamebwa wa decrease ministerial department no to 23 and see he's still within the 120 days no let's hope for the best.
Okay, all right, higher needs 100.9.
oh
William Sambo Ababa baby. Willie at the
Nyame odi achemi.
Hey,
Mageri.
Yes.
Hey, over the weekend we call Lower Manya Krobo.
Yes.
Ti me call you no. And you doom light no. And you doom light no pen Krobo for no some. Alamaloje Jwaba. Bango manemi o. Dedi alamaloje Jwaba. Bango manemi o.
And you doom light.
Alamaloje Jwaba. Bango manemi o. Dedi alamaloje Jwaba. Bango manemi o. Mageri. Enyi mo mutu ni. Ashani say obi a okoduma onim se ne yeto ade onim ade efe ayeto.
Na se kan
no amani no. No amani no. No amani no.
Ana se kan ne gina.
Mageri no amani no. Den no beto abrel.
Kan ne gina.
David den no beto abrel. Nkwala na e free education. Education na aye bachi bi din yo.
How?
Ave omusu me say okoto bayere na afede okodo bayere wa unim say bayere na okwa akoto odo aye bayere ma afede o say bayere no sundodo afede o say bayere no eye friends say hons wo hu enti bayere no kra usoro bayere no na okwa say okwa akoto no de na unim say den na okwa akoto Magjerry eno na me nuanum gadan gbefo ni akrobofo ni e ka no si de alama loje juaba bango malemi o alama loje juaba bango malemi o de alama loje juaba Magjerry sound sa akrama na e krobofo ye bo no e bia okoto badin na ya obi ko ye ni ire hu ade enyum bia ye to oduma se enu bi na me to man na che se sabi NDC eye obi a okodwoma Ghana for nim se onim ade efe no musuma no na mko mane no afede okoba ya ade odi bra mo kra omu hu so ono ankasa okodwom no
ade be no me de aba
Magjerry
yes
Ghana for enimo Ghana for is sundada
we say Ghana na me say Ghana
no
Can you me crash as you but say can you so you have to admit
let's from the beginning cry we see what catch us that can you cry 5 days when I do beko o say can you cry 5 days
and 5 days
and say bio o say friends akwala o si onim kasa si panyimfo a ogu nanim ase odumaze eno bi na miamenia John Jinapo last time I program bi na me hu no e din komo yi but we nkuya die minia tema o kika ni nya je se adwuma no aya se adwuma no so sen but you be say because now option ni ma started from the beginning no say agrobe so afia no pa then me say ya de be ni hu be che no o say friend say mini pe bi nso na ni p oduma say enti you be fan sa but oyena nye yenso a you come back and hit mad oyena yenso a ye beka they say asa na ye beka no yen nye propaganda to say NDC for propaganda no Magjerry yen ye beka no kre no eya ye be eye enyanso a ye be bom tokro oduma say enti enyumre dia mamechia etiefo na me bedu studio mia me hu ayinu na me hu say no ese me manu nyum na krobofo tu ma me say me ba studio am to no ese me to bi ma
opposition me ya okwarista
anyumre
opposition me ma o ya okwarista
anyumre me chia me godfather Jonathan Odate a godfather of Okankwe South na me chia Honorable Ahmed Atta former MP Okankwe South na me chia Dr. Bernardo Koboy nomini Mama Joan nomini regional chairman Divine Agohu me chia party for nyina
Bernardo Koboy ntime win it.
Yeah, I want to me win it.
But international contract.
Oh, say no dear. Obi enim say Okoboy dear. Okoboy dear. Sorry. And so November be show mo. Okoboy no lose election or no atimi dem eye rose nyina head e mom. Because you see me better studio Magjerry won say me kasan ma bo Odumase Krobo. No ma kan lower man no ma kan noaso to be precise calling Odumase. O ye den ya eno moja na ye de a show mu inti me bia wo bia na a show shine in the corner where you come from Odumase inti Okoboy there okono okokra he will come back and make sure say nema say oyema testing for analogy for there he will continue to do it inti Magjerry enyimre there ye chia mu nyina ni ahwefo mo hwe e Facebook ne YouTube nyina nyame enye obi akese na me nchia me papa nso Father Dixon o say nyina krobofon there ende koko mani dedema ye nyina ye ba konti Father Dixon enyimre baby obia nyame onye okese ene ye papa doctor Kwame OSEI Kwame despite ono we bie studio ya chese da bia ye ba ha be kasa na obi timi frame from north nyankwa do mi am nko ho da ozo me hu se wo eye friend say na me ko ho na me ko search udin no na me chiawo enti doctor ye da se wa man yensu ye din ko chepa nyame enye okese Magjerry enti na woman say your former president no election
there so at the same
nyame na dom your party no Senator Dr. Mahmoud Bayoumi kan ye no you see uko war na ye what do you do uko echi na uma ko regrouping no my strategies na modi aba but you see no ye no say ogina ho no onhwe yie no I'm more from. And I mean this for I'll tell them. Moon be yen ni bi sebi aye crofo ni bi ya ne dia be di baby aye be du ya. Moon de no munugwase ebe sin we yo. Ma hwe a 20% gram nya. Ti moon de me ka kire mo. Mo make sure say mo party for mo mama ni nkomo omo hu. Na mo ayi say me nim say ba o me health sector. Ida obeko listen Ghana Health Service Board so because we health professional. It's the Ghana Health Service Board. You say obeko ho. Obeko employees no one. Employees never want show me national health insurance. Mama police so and no boy form no and the boy form.
Say regional minister grow or me show some so free you look
yeah free
anya accident I think 2014
yeah
you shout so that clue okay na make eastern region
me crow and enti mo party for no catch the opinion for no mo nim na mo ko ye no say esuro for nko na mo be bobo na mo no gwa se Ghana for o ya ade amode be ye wo no
but they say Ghanaians are not predictable o
eno na ra catch no it me catch no
Sadia we make no 2020 yet to abawie and am say hey dynamics here play e ben wawa say baby e dru no e bedru baby a ya ben pa say ye beto aba e dey ma president bi na president no obenya minority
yeah
our parliament ya ben ho
yeah oh ebe ya pa because you see
you can predict Ghana won be din ahwe but on be chro bibi
magje na me every platform no me catch me a party for say remember na otwem na ka say oh we MPP me di ni nyankra me yenu yakayaka de kra na because oye party ni ntu obeto amon obeto amon odman say sesi ya no Ghana for ejai enye sa de no bi mu obia politics is about interest emo obi nko dada obi say na o party was now nyanhwa nipa na obedwen the other friend say the alternative odman say because politics is about interest teachers no can say obi wu anu akoji ni fa so wo soro enti nipa na o use o de ye election na o win ye no kayomu because at the end of the day after 4 years no the same people na obe here omo enti those days na we there onya me party ni so me bofu no MP or child dey kra o mani bi we constituency executive che bibia o we dey kan ho ya yi ni si chen this is the time o ma cha nyansa say obia very important. And in a party, no, say, we are executive, we are MPO, whatever. So who say, Obia who here, kind of actually say, men can say, oh, me, you know, you can't dear crowd, but to my MPP, because MPP no boy. I say, see, I just sign a youth to need drink. Until when we are doing something now, you're making sure, say, I dream by you say, anything can happen. Nipan wait, you can say, mean to abakra. This is how many warrior in saying, mean to abakra, and also where the over for you know, until mestre party ma. Mestre party leadership. Sa me building me camp. When na me ne ko. Enti when the omo come ho. Bibi kra ba na ye ko ya me mfrɛ mo. Na ye ya oboa. Na ye ya no po say. Wo a wo ye sa de no wo ti kan mo. Ba nipa na wo so mpe na asem. Wo say me wo pese o kripo no. Sa nipa no oni bicycle sabi oni bicycle oni car. Enti no every day no nam kwan so wan chia nipa kra be chia nipa be 100. Also to come we chia nipa be 510. Enti sa calculation no yenye ni ye obi ya ade we party leadership no obi ka ade na enye oda no say bisan say adenti na we o kan say na ni financial say me feel say we na we ne enye sa na nke o say ye no e mo obi abomfia say we akwala we do so we do ni hwe nso do voting day na ono so tomb no e ba kon o de ba kon ni de ba kon e de wada o da 4x4 mu no nam form a e do voting day ni de mo nyina square munyina pepepepepe odimate obi nsi obia nti kugo na aba ne de ajatum and sena na ye general secretary kan no wajatum wapachel oso obia mfa obia mboni enche no omumfa osi obia mfa bibia nso no because on the general secretary of the party nti ezi asisia obia bibia no ye sere ofa che odem fa ne say general secretary say ye mfa nso no ne ye mbremu no na wajatum wapachel ti obia mfa nche na ye nyina yenko na yen regroup na yemna back na 2028 no yema ye crofo no NDC for no yema mo showdown no mo say Ghana for den enim niaye eko mistake ni aye
and we will correct our mistakes and make sure say party ni bia will come on board. Obia nsi obia ye pepepe ye nyina ya bo pepepe ye nyina ye come back. The more opportunity say be ye constituency officer. No say everybody is important. Obia is very important. In the own organ say and I media we no me call election one to mami we pay myself it mami salary no mami yi ni fi abom no sa suban no yen yai yen fan to yechi na yen hu say yen be mo obia respect ofum obia be ready to say kuto naka say I am sorry na ni panin fan chew and then sometimes I must so bit me buy mo a obinya opportunity a wa fum obi kura say obeka sorry no e ni ya onka oduma say sa nneema ni nyina the boy from no ye sremo emre na ye wom no de is not about say me na me say obi anse obi a ye nyina ye tomb no ananse ye vote no e ye ba kope obi hu say ye nyina ye pepepe oyo bibi na ya bring everybody on board na ye nyina ye nye ba ko ye groom your consciences no na the love that used to be within our party no cycles no you make sure say that love no e be back na ya build the party no solid say na be 2028 no me I know say sabi ye nuanom NDC for there say onim say asase obia we asase ra onim masase ne afi aha ekosoro honum no odua banji wo a enye ne afi ase ha eko ase no odua banji wo a eye Ghana for nim say ye boy homodin NDC and I know say with nyama nanado dankwa kufado aye bebre by infrastructures education is and health center sakrofo omhu be kire omo sese ya ama omhu kutuku kra na omudi ejama egum Eshem enti ebe definitely no Ghana for be hu say no say yen ko fa omu o je say yen omu ko fa ye ni e ko fa ba ye di nem papa eba Ghana but omu na yen nuanu so mbu fu omu ankoto aba no yes mama a red card ye mu fa nche ye na mu na party num na ye nyina ye nya djuma na 2028 no yakoji presidency no e dey attire so na ya make sure say you move this country in the right direction. Na nema ekosisi ande e si agrobe so efe no pa o hwe nema ekwa kire so say o chande enye ye kra monyo enti Ghana fo mo jam nan so na mo boy oh Mark Jerry
yes
Mark Jerry no say eno I say vet no say na wo hwe bi ana wo hwe bi Mark Jerry questions ni bo ha anshada answers ni bo ha enko you but say na obi kan no oh yempio mu wojo yanyom wojo za yempio mu gum send there omugum sa na omo failure na Ghana for say omo failure eduma no esunsi omo na Ghana for the amaye na ya no pepepe e de ama omo see and this time we ba sa sebio sa ahomaso party so party for food soldiers grassroots for no ayem ya handom yi no I believe said this is the time ayenya nyansa women giving the opportunity again we are promising themselves we will come back and handle them and value everybody equally just to make sure say party no ebe jani nan so because on bufu ya my red card sabi Ghana nyina be sofa say sra they should be ready and come back omo fan che omo be red card no 7 ban we are we wa my 4 years ban o say ye 7 we ni e ba mo mra back na ye nyina ye nye baako na ye nye sam party no so na ye move party no forward and no the most important obi of party no bia no and then you me catch say ye sre no omra back MPP na any fie omra na ye nyina ye nye baako yen serve your party no ni mangana enye fe enye kra behwe Bagjerry me das
okay how you need 100.9 William Sambo na wote ne nka no etiefo ye ba mo ho na mo nso ma kire madwen na be pick final comments no 03022 57902 03022 57902 and 03022 43540 03022 43540 so far ya yebisa ne se wo hwe appointments a eba wo hwe oral wo mu dwumadi a wo mu di wo hwe certain decisions president while that say ye abeja pade kra no transaction bi ikoso a ezo mo twentwen so ni nyina no ekire anamontuo papa amapani no etu ana beba cho majo e
meju so na bo baze
yeti obema
uri abo ni pita be kira kama keke
okay
yo memba o afisi hapa one telephone woni na Number one, me MP. I'm 01 from Paul. I have an AK darling boy. As a market MP, it's time for my mother. Back on the say, yeah, your mom paying, you know. Them kind of say, I'm not about time. I say, no one more. Appointment in this power. Them kind of say, send me only you over there. Let's see. And I'm not paying. And then move by one of the better than today. And you know, a Ghana. Now, maybe I am people know what custom many. Now, near all kind of a yes, Yankee and me. Now, Jerry, who you a poor man? I'm a quite year, and people near you. And the idea of boom, so maybe I didn't make the letter at the pool. I got a master and hotel. Oh, being to one a moment that's up now. If you please, a mini yaw me. A call over the master to me, I pay your bar. It is a no carmakia. Now, you want to say, I am more fast. It is only a dinner who can a bit love me. I think you would have. And I'm not kind of a mission of by it. When I'm getting a mitral.
Medas. Beba Choma Joy.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, boss. You too.
From Isaac, Nkata. My dear, I do could be on my person. Generally, more watch out for especially free SHS. More body I'm school. If you want check, say, will provide a divine school for now. Up to now, when you're education minister, either Ghanaians say your own concern with the mother no, but move forward school CCI can say. Okay, that's a review. I veteran worker no. Dr. Ayeni will be said some questions to me. Tamo oye deputy minister, former deputy minister. And I was say or approval or find a judgment debt. My company's P for this canon. Since I can say, woman in the pussy. Also, a company there, what the judgment debt about 300 and something were Ghana for. My after marking the Senate said, it is asking, since I was by Attorney General, our young conference or lawyer. No. Obesinena, what may defend Ghana? Home no say, Eduano, you be, but sister or Wabe Ghana, you know, why isn't you fee? But Jerry, the mother never corruption, but no. I was a most more hit them, you know. The mother in a one kind of master, no. No, my Jim, no, oh, you go or presenting on fine, or you them, but it's a serious case. So judgment debt 300 and something million. No, oh yeah, the company was lawyer. This is what by so what can if or cannot try if you watch them judgment debt, yeah, fine. And the I surveyed in the bar. Some hit you woman or hitter or the mama. Yes, yeah, I don't know, yeah, fine, fine.
Okay, but that's it. Yanto Sonia for Fufro. Beba Choma Joy.
My Jerry, Jamia Sugi cow.
And count say it you.
What a phone and make my Jerry, me by Manisha, General Secretary, JFK. I will be a Michian. Mamincha Mohammed. Also by the Obia Michian. My Jerry, Ghana for Yato Obama and you see, NDC in the transfer power. Yet, and the cafe, yes, oh, and say, and not Yamoni, anything in it. My Jerry, yet transfer Ghana, and on my penisi on Patia. Obefa, Travis School in Iron Faces, and their school for crackers when you're behind you. Now, NDC for your complain. My Jerry, yet transfer. And then this is by on the catcher say, MPP for Kono. All you know, Moody transit pen on Mukoya 5 hours. And then we prepare the woman penny transit. I only don't know. Oh, propaganda yembra ni meka so MPP fa se o mine MPP fa wi asikara kosie na NDC ni bia o tie radio no obie na no kasa akwa bi esi efre nu ba tele o se ba tele obie na no a ensawam nko bia ho ye be chimu nyina agum na Jerry mi pese mi tatre MPP NDC for say tombe chi obi atimu a ye ni problem nebo woman no court a convict no eye master of woman no offer 900 million Ghana cedis odi dwale contract wa America no media di post MPP NDC win e ba na akwa wa be she Ghana mukoti sa ma mi no mukoti sa sikarimbra okuta to ni anipa no mo so mo yesa operation retrieve all sa sikano muji se mutimi ti sa sikano be trasia Ghana fo nyina be ma me ro NDC ni 900 million Ghana cedis ya covid 10 years watwane ko se baabi mukoti sa sikarimbra.
Okay, medans mebancho memajo.
Hello.
Yes, I tell.
Champion McJelly and you mean I'm asking being count.
And council.
Where well near Bearman and Amwakwa, Mekasasi Esu boy, Ewo, I use swallow constituency. My member William Sango, Abbas Papa. The summer of Ken Mui, the move, Yam Papa, I will say, MP Bia at the year Juma. I mean, Chia, Miami Crum MP, Honorable Ida, Adua Asidua, I use Swano MP, or Batam Portrait man for. You are just a clear and so you're going to you are smooth in my MP party or Magana. Magari. And this is very clear almost year or and you may be ended the you are at a force in Ekatre said, Kuku Equia for I will see you 3 of 9,000 Guinness per bag. Oko tram vet e bisa ho asem de a wo se enyo na okai na you ko bisa oboba ko to agric minister na uye campaign na wo ka se aban ebu akuafo na mo de mo ba wo se you chekoko akuafo ye to koko bag and 9,000 Ghana cedis no tata onya information we for no de ka se Ghana akuafo ro so wo se wo ka uye campaign a wo se mo ko na ko parliament na o se mo kanko ye from entrona doors the massive Ghana phone na say any you jama ma say ya to abama no ye mpe excuse bia and from ka say ye je kudo yo 5 days 5 hours ye ntro e would rather some no mo kanom aben bia ba obetuka aben bia maya o meto akale aben bia ba obetuka wa so agu o man the baba obetuka mo nko so na move because ajuba so mpi aban aye no ma jeri e gba keto o she agena 111 she education ba we di ba she one cause one umbrella she one see one fat the nyina ebae inya ba abawe aba so abreso elbi aban mba akata makata kese nyina nko amada elbi aban yi ba Ghana for na Ghana for yemu bi ne yebu ne yinti ana ma bi party occupation na ya em see film na ombi ahyem no kaka be kan film no me see anche ma Ghana for 3 months ye be hwe film na film so well wa pare ye ho ba chie wo say yes kaka be ka obi a Ghana ha obi a to
medans yan fa foforo Beba cho me majo. Majo Hello Majo.
Honorable Majo.
Yes, I too.
Mpaso onya kitu abracha mebutu abuso kaine. Nyame ensha obebre nkoso anka ho me ma wa fisha mpaso.
Aven combetie.
Name Nema Excellency John Dramani Mahama the bonfire say Nyama Wakase Obeya Amagana Aye no Yankopon Ebemani Nyansa any ministers Obeya appointed Omono Ometi Aye Juma na Omama Ghana Abeya Kabeshe the best minister ya appointed Omono Omujin say Ghana for and a costa line to Abama. Omunji Ghana for can papa because who say you to do I want my women. Omu pre Omunye Juma enye Entina Omutini costa line to Abatia by na Achumono. And to Omunka is there. Tene yet me to Abasi Ediama and this year. Omunka is there. Na umanye kumayi na umama Ghana ye 2024 and answer 2028 no enche ebeba asa betu ye Ghana for share so e dey ato aba because usu appointment yeah essence John Dramani Mahama ye no ebetimi aboa ama Ghana akonenim ye bompa ye e dey ama omu nyina se omunye adwuma na omu bo oman Ghana ama oman Ghana enkonenim
Madam Sim, my info we meba choma joy.
Me Joso Majeri.
Yes, I hate you.
Mo ajo.
Anyhow.
Edin e de premier any DJ. Mo ne adwuma, mi tia wa pamfa oni omoti wo nyina. Majeri, enta adwumedi a wudie, adwumedi a edie ani papa. Ena sometimes no ade bi koso a enye nyina na ebehu ade se mo de ba radio so ana se TV so ena ebehu na NPP amenyo kuo no ohwe enkuku a yedi eye afi etwemi ebepem afi we na empenifo bebre be suanya nsa de afiri ho kyerese ye mpenifo na edi omachi no mo fa ya nya hwe omo fa ya nya hwe na mesre se senyame ya adom na se NDC sponsor aba power dia omo nkan hunu se aha be NDC hwe afi no ombetini ahwe aso ho na mo hwe na nyoma nyina enkoso pepepe efe nso CSHS no omo hwe ni yi na omo hwe no se na etie na yesi MPP nye nso MPP ba so enkwala etimi ko school etimi wieye omo da so tiafe asisi abaye abakosem nti ye best friend this is omo hwe sa anyoma no na ne kura no sa etutrasem a emebu ni bi ede show omonsa a omo di ewo man ni mu a enfata na wo hwe na arodankwa ekufado the former president Mr. Yakubu Bunu na enkeyi se de sade ni se yemu se be sade no etutrasa we ba meyese ya na te se oman no yempe kan ko nti yenye na sa anema no yetwa so na oman na enko nanim medawase
medawase meba cho oso me wachi o
Ejo Majeri.
Yes sir.
Majeri midin pade eja milonia me kala fin sawom.
Yo
anyime kakra me smo kan say am say interview papa bi we start a interview papa na kan about betting task ni yire bi no asem say be ya mahama nja ne wo ho papa na kan sa ye nti ase che say ne ma ye ma na nado ye pam eye kufa do aban no eye sa yire bi ni betting task na am say before mahama and I say his excellency be can say obetwam no owo ne nyina so ana ne hwehwem ye ansa o ka say obetwam ise wakata so da dina simple so da campaign na say ya ti ase na ato abana mana 4 years mandate na dey man no ye say from and there to ana say this week or starting in the ministers now to be 4 months na o kan e say otumi twam te when twam dia na ye hu say politics na je say ugina chira e wona be kan na obe hu say na obe kan kakra so misala
they say yen China woman present budget so budget my budget na ebedi temo
ye ni Mr. Abbas na papa na kan ye kama ma pen na tin pen na ti say promise some dem ma ye no ye say odi sa promise so e ma yen Africa ka me wo kan no say Majeri hwe atutu asema papa ba yi papa nya to nkan ase ye hwe na kita fu hwe ne mo ye ere say o man na mo na ka me kan say tika na papa ne be pe ya ye eni o ma nti kaka wa ye na se na do aban ye no na mo sese na sika be na papa no san ko fanfan be fixe hwe ta ko fo mo tata won aduma mo no me sure say ta credibility na mo wono o mu bia wo bi a mo de be se aduma no nti o mu nya butre na wo mu say won obo ma ban ne ba ya enye won kwa so ye nyina ye kan ye nya dun so nko kututu bia wo nya tubo ase na o ma papa no nya so ni fam bo man no e say papa no aje da no so no na say mandate de ama no o felia ye ni ye o man we
okay
dem se be kontia no o tun tanga na ha pa cho nyame ye adwuma
medase meba cho me fa di odi o memo ajo hey next one meba cho majo
Yeah, no, my Jerry, and Pume.
Nyame adom yetio.
Ayo. The Nyamia is there. And then you mean to this age, my dear, mine. And before I rest on Omonia Buteman Mahama. On one was sharing your mouth, see no bay. Yanya Buteman, Star CDC, and Yafin Omobadi did Omoyaka, Omunti, Yakaya, Omunti, they are the Bonina, Nana did Baby, I say Bonibia, Baby, I can't, Omonia Kunsa, and our partner Obekan say, you live in Momu, you Tama. Mama can't obey if you know the campaign. I didn't know that I'm not say so if you any Maudu Baumia Ekan. Want you can't say if you are any more beyond Fanisanka. Or my President Mama, no onion eduma. Mom, Bom Bia may interfere as Bia Vachim say, may you with your man, Papa Nisam Sipo, Yampesadia. Only if you may I won't tell you. That task in a wishing task in all kinds of baby, or COVID task in a winning in a field. In general, before no or more a minority in Kitia, or more bed in Tranomo, Mama, a boo man for my Damasi.
Also, Madam say, Mevancho, Majo.
Majo, Miniam Jerry, if I told Dixon in Mikasafi Beachley.
Okay.
Jerry, Miss Sewo, say, a ya MPP for number 3 studio. Nese ya omukase abanu omo elusi na emomunu omunkofo na ankoto a Mageri yemu bi no ya na mu pese ya na mpese ubi so omo se e de be na kire so omunkofo na ankoto because aba ye koto no ye nkire se we ye NDC ni we ye MPP ni enti di nyina so no meka omunkofo na ankoto na omo ya na omo lusi poto sa enema we na omo ye omo lusi no wo fi se Ghana di ni etrimana Ose Munko na nkoto ebi na che Munko na nkoto na se NDC for na nkoto na MPP for na nkoto mama ha manso eno di statistics end de omo nye no so ye nkofo na nkoto wo be bu micro ka wo mai basa wo mai tantan ahu kire bonni na ode beto ye so na se ye to about pamu ya se ya onyu fu so to na so wo MPP for na nkoto wo so MPP for na nkoto say before na omukoto mama haman so how would you tell I would say before na mama na ankoto enti mesre no ofa na ni wo ene o man na wase no ofa nkoto ba bi na mahama onye na djuma no onje chiro ma he buy 14 days sha okika ba manu sha ho tia na yetiem do aduane border so edins but ho tia ni niam na ba fom kakra ye nse de nsu sa bi ye woni da so o te man no be ye o man ni ye enti mesre no omunye di no ofa nkoto do opposition before mani wu asem what about I lose potoa enti say that been 57%. Now, majority of parliament almost 180 plus. That been breaking our record way. And to me now, more than Namunyana Mahama, Muni Mayo, Mr. Muni Makona Munyani, Muchano Kra, the last one, last one, my Jerry Mr. Bernard here for now, or no so. On funny Nancy for more mass and your market engine fan so ever horse your wife a year yellow or no soon yes over Nancy from no on chess and pond air chairman medasi.
Patron so medas. Okay. Yes you. Mario.
ABC Mikasefi Abede. Major Patron Dika Joa Shama number no me friend cool. Mina me number no.
Ebancho enkwa we later na ye di wan yet el.
Okay. Mageri o say service MPP for money wadu MP for money wadu bako. She and gwasa kamuna still mugusidi and free education agenda 1 then and the pussy is saying Majari Pita say, Orano, Muni say, Mudin Nan Fiche, Majari Oran a good papa. Believe it and answer, Uncle for no be a fulu or moko, Chadu. Majari me see a bear real. Oh, Chadu brought to know. Oh, Majari. Oh, my funny. Nedel must see no, Majari. A bomb pie say, Mama, Many. To having good now this sit down ground. You put them in good. Next time no
Obi Koya, who say yes, because that's as no, in Chimasa. If you quality NVTI before certain, and I don't know about that down say, you ever be see school from Omokati sword, a Juhuna, I fetch not much chafa. My Jerry, train young couple and ma, NGC Bapa me, Messa Bakumin Bia, and ma, NGC Bapa, and NGC new, but I dare me say, 10 young couple my, yes, star, MPP by. Nana do ne japa yebusu afam pagana japa dia am pomopo any kwame kuma birthday now sister founder or see founders no eno pe na me de any letter commission ba sakom lefi wo makache we JDM say me pese yisi ebe jipe omunkofo na be jipe this month on sakom la no 10 JDM yes slow. Yes, so easy, Pamini, few more.
Now, easy, on my day.
Hey, my Jerry. Easy, I have caught up by Amunia, where you are, Debbie away, pin sheet, away, in your ballot papers, no, if you not appear, a device,
it's ballot papers, no appear, no. Yancho be our own, and then William.
And I may say, if you know, corporate, buy it, and a two, Amunia, easy.
Now, do you have an evidence say easy for the printer here?
Okay, may say by sending yes, and I device the right. If you know right, device the right could be your Medina, and need to come in just them.
Okay, that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yo, okay, how you need? That ain't a good boy. Yo, man, we bad. Oh, the bit that. Okay, Tom, final comment.
You see, Marjorie.
Yes.
About me say, me nim say, some bank opposition can me nim so tunyum sada. Oh, me. Because Martina akasa for about 1 hour. Sangbo said 20 minutes no be kasa no. Enyum tu onkwa. You see. Na me mantie papa na omoka say or can 11 ho asem no but me sure say na his concern was mobilization of revenue. Now Majari usha COVID-19 tax now almost say omoji no in 2023 GRA diba say omanya 2.18 billion in 2023 na 11 omanya 1.19 billion and the two taxes we pay no Omunya 3.37 billion. What must say? Now, losses in Bank of Ghana. Make Bank of Ghana. Edibe 2 Ghana for so under Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo regime. Now 10.55 billion. What must say? And to even usher projection of both COVID levy and e-levy nankasa. Projections by the end of 2024, Omoka say be around 5.27 billion. 5.27 billion minus 10.55 billion. And the eno say and yet taxes no per se and ebe ha revenue mobilization. So leakages no ewo hono. Look at the losses Cocoa Board made from 2018 right to 2023. What must say? So if you are able to do the blockage of your friend is saying your income streams are you better to me at developing Ghana. Majari, me ba make say nyina Michia Teresa Mamle Beke. Or coffee or person di MCE. Madam for pa me nua ba prekope. Or person di MCE ayawa so central. Nti Mr. MP for mo say mo be support Teresa Mamle Beke. Sena Sangbo e kan ye no oye good communicator. Onu nso na betumi aboa mbebu no amowo ayawa so central no the development aba ayawa so central. Madam mame share Ablokmanov nyina ya mame ba akopɛ. The victory aba Ablokmanov MPP for so omunti ase. Rabna Obin. Nyame share no e wo bebia owo bia 10 million angels eternity.
All right. That's it. Samuel. Government.
Me final comment. se NDC nyama omo kikan ya bo no po lefe no emmo pre no po oma ya emmo mo sanso afi de ya bisa me say LGBTQ no ewe de afi de odi we won odi
fa send the one come over understanding LGBTQ makan one side
alabalo
no na auto na
Amo Johnny.
Na say Debbie
Magary. Me say
yeah Johnny say
2017 ato force des asem no ka kire. Osi dey. Osi to no de. Fuel a wo be shikura wallahi mwasa no watwa to no. Esin fuel a wo dey free dan buy e di back.
Wangasa.
Enti to no de. Ehun hia oh. Kojo joy na ko hwe. Afa de ye bisa ato force ya. Oh. NDC former Ghana for best politicians are. Omo we ni ma. Ade no say afa de Ghana for the power man afa de o dwane. O see friends fotom na ye nua ye no ayashi nti won't me for sambo. Oh Ghana for NDC. Say na mo be ye wo Ghana ha. Magjerry na me ka chen Ghana for say enye ye. Sebio sa NDC party na ye go fa ba ye no enye ye. Omo de minim say Ghana for bufu ye nti na mo tu mo so mo de panehye ye 2028 omo be send dia maye but NDC die enya ade abe ye omo ni bo no bo ye mbo pre no bo no omo mo senso ba go say ni nan kra ye ni ya it Magjerry
yes sir
na say me ye di besi ha na emrepa ye be sa ba NDC dia will put them on their toes I know there correct
Hana many Juma de ni same and Tom member of the NDC communication to Babeka me wona ye William Sangbo member of the MPP communication to Wono so Babeka ho wa ha me the Magjerry OSEI AGYEMAN me dey aseda be ma okukuroko Francis and ye IK a champion remember to ombo mchidom e wa ha no enya be pa ya wa de be say share torchlight so yeguzo ya sha say de na yakwe ni mamanyo sem na DJ Bosco e take over Emeko bibia ho DJ Bosco be bonyo mo chena enu be chia Ghana monties